We come up to the halt, and of course, we all love to have square halts. Mike was saying that earlier. You know, on some horses I go up and it doesn't matter what I would do, the horse would halt square. On some horses, I can remember horses that you could look here, and whenever you saw this looking even, they were invariably not square. And the minute that this would look like one was over here, I don't know why, they were square. And you know, you feel so many things. We're constantly feeling so many things, but it is many times hard to know. So good eyes on the ground and just constant practice, you know, a mirror or many other things are helpful. I do think that a lot of times people look into the mirror too much, though, and when they're looking all the time, they're shifting their seats a bit, and they stop really feeling what they do. So I like videos and I like eyes on the ground best. Okay, so the rein back, 4, 4, 6. And we haven't talked that much about rein back. Michael did a bit, right?
I did.
2, 3, 4. Forward. 1, 2, 3. That didn't want to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should go straight off to a trot. Okay, that part was good. The rein back for a schooled horse like this, it's not a big dilemma for him, except the forward right after, you know, they start to know this whole deal so well. And getting them to march forward into the bridle 4 full steps, because we're counting the front feet going forward there. Getting them to take that step forward can be pretty difficult. 2, 3, 4, it shouldn't wait, it should just go 1, 2, 3, soft, and back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and trot. So that was sort of nicer right there. And then onto this half pass. On that, and again, he doesn't really want to be doing this so much. We didn't practice a whole lot, so look, push, sit back, half halt, giving. And I slightly went past my mark. On that rein back, the horse that doesn't want to rein back, the key is not to pull and lean back like this. When you do that, you tend to stiffen everything. And the horse thinks he's supposed to go that way. So instead, you have to figure out the way. Is this on? It's like putting a key in the dark into a keyhole. You have to find it quietly. And then you find it quietly, and it unlocks. With many horses, if you think of being on a stool, on a polished floor, sitting on a stool, and sometimes if you just think of pushing that stool backwards with your seat and leg, and a quiet hand, pushing forward to the hand and merely restraining the horse's going forward will produce the backward motion in a nice diagonal way, whereas pulling backwards pulls them off of their balance, and most of the time they'll get a poor rhythm from that. Okay, so go on with the test. So a little bit deeper and easy. Sustaining rhythm, trying to, and up to passage. And ho. Now, I'll tell you, one of the hardest parts of that is having the immediate transition. And what I said the other day is that in extension, collection should still be alive. And in collection, extension should still be alive. So when the horse is really right on, the reason that transition will be simple by the end is that you will have never in the extension lost the feeling of collection. So the collection to the passage was one breath in, away. It never left. The reason that you see people go all the way around the corner and then start picking up a passage and they're like, you got to get up to the passage, is because the passage was never alive inside the extended trot. And what you want to do is when the horse is on the aids, you want to know that that's true by virtue of the fact that anything's possible at any second. That's what Michael showed in his Piaffe work before. The horses were walking, but in truth, in their minds, they could have done anything at that second. When they were passaging, they could have been piaffing. When they were piaffing, they could have been in the collected canter just as easily. So as I walk, I want to know that I feel passage. I want to sit, and out should spring passage. As I turn the corner, I maintain my energy, and within the passage, I want to feel the rhythm. And then I want to allow that. I'm doing a little bit of half halting and allowing. That came too early. One thing that Mike was saying before is don't disturb the rhythm. People disturb. And that's a hard transition too right there. To do well, that's a very hard transition. Okay. Do you guys want to add anything into that?
Yeah, that's a very difficult transition, the one you just did there, especially because the horse is going from the trot rhythm, then he has to go into the 3-beat canter rhythm. So you really have to make sure that your aids are applied and listen for the rhythm to come when you ask him to go from the passage rhythm into the canter rhythm.
The other thing is, as I said earlier, there are many ways to get to a 4. And on the Piaffe, especially the second one, because I broke to the Piaffe early, there was a creeping forward through the whole thing. And so, nationally, you can get away with some things that maybe you couldn't get away with on a big international show. These days, it's not even that easy to do it on the national show because our standard is improved to the point where we have a lot of people that can do it right there on the spot. So, in general, what you would want is for me to go around and get the passage to where he's more engaged and steady in the bridle and coming here. And that was a bit better. And then comes a bit above the bit. Still a little bit too high there into the bridle, a little stiffening. So now I go on with the test.